Yo, 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 good people, it's your homie Herbman. Busting you back upside the head with another hot banger. But please go tell somebody to go tell somebody your homie Herbman is on. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the program, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please follow, like, share, and subscribe on all the platforms at Love Herbman. All right, so I am your neighborhood holistic practitioner. I'm your homie Herbman. We're coming live on TikTok, live on YouTube. Please go get somewhere, get situated, because this is where we teach people how to heal themselves. And you cannot heal yourself if you do not know thyself. So we're going to teach you here about the human frame and the human design so that you guys can be well on your way to the happiness and the wholeness and the wellness that we all are seeking and that we all deserve, you guys. All right. So this is a free information station. You guys don't have to pay for anything that you hear here today. All you simply got to do is pay attention. And how we do that on the HerbMan Show is by double tapping that screen and getting us up to 100,000 likes during the live broadcast. I'm going to work for them likes. Okay. And all you got to do is work for me as well. And let's heal faster together. Okay, you guys, we've been teaching, talking, busting you upside the head about this owner's manual thing, about all of this stuff and how you can actually start. When you start to know thyself, you can start to heal in a lot of different ways. And sometimes it may happen in small increments. Sometimes it may happen in big strides. But at the end of the day, what you're actually trying to do is to know your tendencies better so that you can start to do what? Have better stress responses to this environmental stimuli that you can't do nothing about. Look, we cannot stop storms from happening in life, but what we can do is prepare you for them. And that's why we always say you guys need to be the weatherman, right? Because you need to know whether or not to do something. Okay, this ain't got nothing to do with the precipitation outside. It got something to do with your perspective inside. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit today about the school, and we're going to show you guys that this is not just an average school. Okay, that's why I don't call it a course. All right, because it's not a course, it's a school literally, and you got to know what you're enrolling into. Okay, you got to understand this from your owner's manual perspective. What you're getting in that owner's manual is not a book. I don't write generic books, but it is the book on you. Okay, it is the book on you. It's the owner's manual. It's your manual on how you operate you. Okay. And there's three things that we've been talking about for forever that you get out of an owner's manual. Any owner's manual you get for your piece of equipment, including yourself, is going to show you how to get the longevity out of that piece of equipment. Okay. It's also going to show you how to get the optimal performance out of that piece of equipment. And it's also going to show you how to utilize it, how to get the usage out of that particular piece of equipment. Those are the three factors that are owner's manual in any form of fashion, whether it's one on you or your computer or your TV or your car. These things are the principles of what an owner's manual value is to you. Okay. And so that is no different than you as a human being. When you get your owner's manual, particularly specific, customized to who you are as an individual, you're going to get a better understanding of how to utilize your gifts and talents, how to utilize this experience. That's usage. You're going to get also, once you start getting that understanding of thyself, now you could perform better knowing where you are in life, knowing your current location versus your destination. And once you get a wrap on where you're at in life, you can perform better, understanding the life lesson that you're currently in. Makes sense. And then last but not least, we're trying to get you to run this race, because when you get to your destination, which is your starting point is your finish line. When you get to your destination, you're going to be 120 years old. And we're trying to make this a more of a thing. Okay. 120 needs to be more of a thing, and you need to be able to walk upright in 120, not bent over, not in a wheelchair, not blind, not with one arm, not with high blood pressure and diabetes. We want you to be able to walk upright. And if we can start getting people to experience longevity, then you'll start seeing that everlasting concept come to mind. Okay, you'll start seeing that thing come to play. And so this machine is going to create the movement for us. Okay, this is going to create the movement for us. All right. So before we get started, you guys, I appreciate all of you guys. Let's go ahead and get our hums in. You know how we do it. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in the nose, and then we're going to hum it out. We're going to drop our shoulders. Okay, drop your shoulders. You want to drop them jaws. If you feel that your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, okay, if your tongue is at the roof of your mouth, let's drop the tongue. Close our eyes. If you've already done this before, you can close your ears as well. You should start feeling yourself getting warm. You start feeling yourself getting relaxed. Okay. And that's what we want to do. We want to do this every time we start something, every time we're in this stimulated mindset. We want to make sure that we learn how to regulate. Okay. And this is how we're going to start the stuff, but it's also what we're going to do in the school. Okay. This is what we got to do in the school as well, because once I start teaching you guys that this is how you start, okay, this is how you understand how to feel that vibration in your chest, in your throat, in your skull. That vibration, that's the vibe. That's regulation. That's also biology, okay? And that is the foundation of the HerbMan School, all right? Now we have this early bird special, you guys. If you guys want to learn about this, it is a 1-year course, okay? A 1-year course that's going to start April the 4th, all right? So right now we're doing an early bird special all the way to the end of March, all right? All the way to the end of March. You can go ahead and get into the school for $1,000, okay? I think that that is a very good uh, 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 bottom line, especially when we're talking about a year course. All right. If you missed that, yes, you can start paying monthly, but obviously you won't have the early bird special. All right. So you can have monthly payments, which would be $200 a month if you miss the early bird special. Right. But at the end of the day, you want to get in class. Right. And so that's what you guys want to understand. But this is the fundamental principle of the HerbMan School. And today we're going to be talking about the herbs and everything that we're also going to be telling you about, but we're also going to be telling you about the orientation, okay? Because the HerbMan School is not a class. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to understand. The HerbMan School is not a class, you guys, all right? It is a reorientation of how you use and see your body, okay? And once we allow you to see nature in the way that we're providing you, and show you your responsibility within this thing, man, trust me, you're going to be able to not only heal yourself, but heal your community. Okay. And the biggest thing is, why did this even exist, right? Why are we even talking about this? You know, because modern humans need to understand that we are information rich and wisdom poor. Okay. We are information rich, but we are wisdom poor. And we have all of the access to Google and AI and, you know, all this biohacking and supplements and wearables that you can wear and try to dictate your health and my heartbeat and did I sleep well. And yet chronic diseases continue to rise. And you got to start asking yourself these particular questions. Why? Because the thing is that we were never taught how to read ourselves. That's what the owner's manual was trying to get you to understand. Reading your owner's manual. How many people read their owner's manual when you buy your little hair blower? You don't read that. When you got your little iPhone, you didn't read the owner's manual. When you bought that little remote control car, you don't read it. When you got your truck, you didn't read it. Therefore, you don't understand how you actually operate. We don't understand how we actually operate. And the first time something doesn't work, you go and outsource it. I'm going to tell you guys, I was one of the youngest guys in maintenance to make it 5-star. You know why? Because I had the unique ability to go back to the owner's manual on pieces of equipment. Man, we can't fix that. That's been down. Man, we can't fix that. You got old jokers around me, right? Know how to run circles around you if they know what they're doing. But if they don't know, this stuff is just, oh, that ice machine don't work. That piece of equipment don't work. The pool. What I used to do was go get the owner's manual. It'll be buried. It'll be brown almost because ain't nobody touched it. But when these folks bought this equipment, they keep the owner's manual. I used to go to the owner's manual, find the parts, find the pieces, find the distributor. And next thing you know, we got the original piece coming through the door. Give it to the guys. The guys can complete the task. When you go to AutoZone and when you go into some of these other places, they're going to update their stock. But if you go to the owner's manual, there's somebody that's still selling pieces to that piece of equipment that you have. So when we're not understanding this, then we start to outsource. And most companies, especially when I was in maintenance, they want to hire a chief engineer that can insource, that can save them money if you know how to fix the thing. I'm bringing that mindset to you, bringing that mindset to the health industry. And right now, again, because you haven't read yourself, you haven't read your own owner's manual, you're going to outsource every little thing you got going on. You outsource your diagnosis, you outsource your thinking, you outsource your intuition. But the HerbMan School is created because the body is not a broken thing. It's just a misinterpreted. It's a user error. All right. So I want you to just kind of feel around your space. Look around you, look next to you. And imagine someone listening to you. And you ask them a question, right? I want y'all to ask yourself or ask the people around you. When was the last time that you were taught how your body actually works in relationship to nature? Y'all can put it on here. When was the last time you were taught how your body actually works in relationship to nature? Not trying to sell you no products, but somebody teaching you how it works within nature, that relationship. Exactly. Nobody's ever taught me. Somebody said, I don't think I ever learned it until I never learned it until I started talking. So we on the same page. I never learned it until I became it. Okay. And so the core philosophy of the HerbMan School is that the body heals through regulation, not stimulation, not suppression, but regulation. Okay. And regulation happens when we do several different things. Okay. Regulations go, and this is what you're going to get in the school. Okay. But regulations happen when you get that mineral thing, right? Now we understand that this mineral thing is very important. It must be balanced because it is going to form the structure. You can't build a building without the material. Okay. We also know that elimination is functioning. All right. We got to make sure that your elimination is functioning, and not just yeah, that was right. Not just elimination functioning from a standpoint of detoxing and stuff like that, but also the elimination and the releasing of some of these emotions. Okay. We also got to make sure that your nervous system feels safe. Right. We got to make sure that nervous system feels safe. Okay. And then we also got to make sure that you are aligned with the environment, because we know that environment is going to influence the life of the person or the cell. Okay. So then we got to make sure that this environmental thing hits home. Okay. We got to make sure of that, right? And so this is when regulation actually happens. Okay. And the HerbMan School is going to teach you how to see the body as an ecosystem, right? Instead of a machine. Okay. You're not a linear machine. You can't just have generic things. So we want you to understand this thing as an ecosystem, so you'll understand how to provide the right environment for your ideals, for your baby. When my baby was in the stomach, she had to provide the right environment to have that baby grow. And you are no different. You got to provide the right environment for your ideas to grow. Okay, for your garden to grow. And if your garden has yellow leaves, do you scream at the leaves? Or do you check the soil? Do you check the water? Do you check for sunlight? Do you check for drainage? That's herbal intelligence. Okay? That's herbal intelligence. And these are the things that we're going to teach you of how to be able to see nature the way you need to see it. And then you'll be able to see yourself in nature. And man, I promise you, it'll work. It'll work. I'm a living witness, okay? I'm a living witness. I live off of this information, you guys, okay? I live off of this information, so we know that this stuff works, all right? So if you want to look at this, you can, right now, you can close your eyes, okay? And just picture your body as a garden, okay? All 60 or so of you guys, you can close your eyes, picture your body as a garden. Picture your body as a garden. And then ask yourself, where is the soil dry around me? Where is there overgrowth around me? Where is there stagnation around me? And that step, that's the awareness that we're trying to teach you guys about. Just being aware, being able to not override what your body is saying, but don't override what nature is saying as well. And your job is to align those things together. Okay? Everybody understand me? Put some ones in the chat. You guys keep tapping. I'm going to keep talking. If you keep tapping, I'm going to keep yapping. All right? Yes, sir. What will you learn in HerbMan School? Okay? What will you learn in the HerbMan School? A lot of the stuff I've been teaching you on TikTok for free and on social media for free, okay? But we're going to be able to give you everything that we can give you without it being shut down or blocked or anything like that. So what you're going to learn is biological literacy, okay? You got to understand the body. So we got to teach you that. So you're gonna learn biological literacy. You're gonna learn what inflammation actually is. Okay. You're gonna learn why constipation equals stagnation. You're gonna learn why stress can block your healing. Right. You're gonna learn why minerals matter. All right, more than what you think. Okay. And you will understand the comprehensive metabolic panel that we talked about without fearing it when you get it. But then also now understanding, okay, this is the purpose of why I should be having insurance anyway, so that I can assure myself that I'm okay. You can assure yourself you're okay. If you got to pay for insurance, you got to get these tests, learn how to read them yourself and start learning how to take care of yourself. But we'll teach you those things, okay? You'll understand the comprehensive metabolic panel a whole lot better when you get into the HerbMan School. You'll understand the importance of the GFR. You'll understand the importance of liver enzymes, the electrolytes. Okay, then you'll be able to, and then we're going to teach you through the lens of the importance of terrain, aka environment. Okay, so you must understand these things as well, because at the end of the day, you guys, numbers are signals. Okay, the numbers are signals, not sentences. They're signals. All right. The next thing that you're gonna learn. So we know we're gonna get biological literacy. Let's see if we can number these things. You guys keep typing. I'm gonna keep talking. If you're interested in the HerbMan School, go to the website. If you're interested in your owner's manual, go to the website, type in owner's manual, type in HerbMan School, and get what you need. Okay. All right. Biological literacy is going to be one of the things we gotta learn the body. Okay. The next one we're going to learn about is the owner's manual system. Okay. Remember, I gotta have you be like me for yourself and for your community. So the next thing we'll learn is the owner's manual. And I know that everybody is interested in this. If you are a herbalist and you're looking for a system, okay, if you are a naturopathic, if you are homeopathic, you know, I deal with a lot of people, even allopathic, you know, whoever you are, and you're really trying to get away from that allopathic system and you want to be able to have another system, we're going to teach you the owner's manual system. Okay, because this is where it's going to become personal. All right. Your constitution is going to matter. We're going to take your own birthday numbers and stuff like that. And so that you can be able to, you're going to get your own owner's manual. If you haven't got it and you're in school, you'll get it. Okay. Because you need to know how to read your own stuff in order to know how to read somebody else's. All right. And you need to understand that not everybody's going to be able to take the same herb. Not everybody's going to be able to detox the same. We're going to teach you why. Okay. We're going to also teach you how to map your tendencies, right? So you're going to get little diagrams like this, and you're going to be able to work out these stuff, but you got to understand your tendencies. You're also going to understand your elemental imbalances. You want to understand the nervous system dominance. Is it sympathetic or parasympathetic? You're going to understand seasonal shifts, okay, which we call transitions, right? You're going to understand life transitions as well. Okay, because what we're trying to get you to understand is that the prevention is in the pattern recognition. And when we can start to teach you how to recognize the patterns, come on, man, you can prevent anybody from anything. Okay, anybody from anything. All right. We're also going to teach you about our 13 herbs, our 13 foundational herbs. Now, you won't ever use 13. Some people can get up to 12, but I ain't never, ever seen somebody get 13 herbs, right? But again, this is why we swap them out, and they're a little different for each person, right? So we call them the 12 foundational herbs, but obviously it's going to be 13, okay? And we're going to study these herbs and these botanicals very, very good so that you can get a grasp on these herbs, because these herbs will help each and everything if you know how to combine them and if you know how to cook them. Okay. And we're going to teach you this not as trends, but as tools. These are your tools that you got to use, you know. So we're going to study the herbs. We're going to study, let's put down here the 12 foundational herbs, but we're going to say the 13 foundational herbs. Please hold all calls to after the live, you guys. Hold all calls to after the live. Now they're talking about you see what I mean right there? Talking about a violation detected, but I'm glad I'm on YouTube. All right. So we're going to be teaching you about Irish moss, okay? Bladderwrack, burdock root. We're going to teach you about yellow dock, skullcap, blue vervain, valerian root, nettles, horsetail, hydrangea, barberry, blessed thistle, black cohosh. These are the things that we're going to teach you. Okay. But here's the key. You will not be able to memorize these things, but you will understand the relationship that they have with the body. Okay. Because you can't remember them. Everybody's going to be different. Okay. Everybody's going to be different. So you ain't going to be able to remember these things like that. Okay. But what you can do, hold on real quick, you guys. Let me get back in here. Yes. Come on back in the room, you guys. I already told you what they were going to do. Okay. That's why we're doing this school, in order for you guys to be able to come into a place where you don't have to worry about violations and interruptions. Okay. All right. That's why we're doing this stuff, so you guys can see that this is the wave of the future. They don't want it to happen, but they can't stop it. Okay. So your next one is understanding that regulation before supplementation. Okay. And this is a controversial place here. But we know that if your nervous system is dysregulated, no herb will fix that. Okay. You can drink every tea in the world, but if your body doesn't feel safe, it will not absorb. Okay. So that's why we're going to help you practice, and we're going to show you how to practice the humming, the movement, the breath work, the laughter, the touch, right? The sunlight exposure, the rhythm restoration. Okay. All of this stuff is very, very important. And we teach you all of this in the HerbMan School, right? Because healing is not a heroic thing. Remember that your health is a rhythm, it's rhythmic. Okay. So we teach you about those things so that you guys can understand that this must go alongside anything that you're doing. Okay. And what you need to expect as a student in the HerbMan School is very, very simple. Expect to be challenged. Expect to be responsible. Expect to unlearn and then relearn. You will not be told what to take, and you won't be taught how to think. But you will start to notice. You'll start to notice yourself better. You'll start to notice your elimination patterns. You start to look at your sleep cycles, your mineral cravings, your stress responses. And you'll realize, man, my body is actually communicating with me. That these symptoms are actually just communicative patterns. My body ain't betraying me. It's literally speaking to me. Okay. And so this school is going to be for anybody and everybody. Right. But if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of reacting to things, the school is for you. If you're a practitioner waiting on structure, wanting a system, the school is for you. If you're a teacher, but you want more depth in what you're teaching, the school is for you. If you're a parent who just simply wants to caretake better and wants preventative knowledge for the family, this school is for you. If you're an entrepreneur trying to build a health empire and you need some structure to build upon, this school is for you. But it's not going to be for the passive. It's not going to be for the blame oriented. It's not going to be for the trend chasers. Okay? This ain't what it is. This ain't what it is, okay? Because this stuff is doctrine level education. And it's a deeper mission to this, right? And it's not about an industry, it's about a ministry. The HerbMan School is simply about sovereignty, right? Taking back control over the things you can. And when you understand this mineral thing and you understand this environmental thing, or what we call the terrain, if you understand how your nervous system works in environmental stimuli, you understand how to get in the rhythm and the flow of things, you're going to be less manipulated. Okay? You're going to be less manipulated. Nobody's going to be able to overwhelm you with fear tactics and overwhelm you by marketing anymore, right? Now, you know what I always say, out of your ignorance, you create industry, right? But you're going to be a little bit more knowledgeable now. That ignorance starts to erode away. That veil starts to be removed. We peel back the onion a little bit, and now you're not easily confused anymore. The right education stabilizes the people, okay? And regulated people who are stabilized, they can stabilize communities now. And when you got stabilized communities, that's when we change the world. That's when we change the world, okay? And so that's really what we want to be able to do with the HerbMan School, okay? Changing people. You change the world one person at a time, okay? One person at a time. The HerbMan School is not about herbs. It's about restoring your relationship with nature. Somebody please put that in the chat. The HerbMan School is not about herbs. Now, will we teach you herbs? Yes, we're going to teach you our foundational herbs, but it's not about herbs. It's about restoring your relationship with nature. Somebody please put that in the chat. The HerbMan School is not about herbs simply. It's about restoring your relationship with nature. Because I know that when you understand the cues, the language, God speaks through nature. Do you want to hear God speak? When you start to see the cues that God sends us every day. I know you meant to say herb man. I ain't the earth man, but I'm the herb man, okay? or the herb man, that's what they call it. But when you start to understand nature, you start to understand yourself. Period. 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 When I get you to understand nature and your place in nature and restore your relationship back with nature, you get it, you got it, you good. Welcome to the HerbMan School, you guys. All right. That's what we're doing, healing through spirit and science. All right. Any questions? Yes, I am nature. So how's your relationship with yourself? There you go. Somebody said, I am nature. Well, how's your relationship with yourself? There you go. That's what we're talking about. Okay? That's the stuff that we're talking about. You are nature. So how is your relationship with yourself? That's it. Okay? And so that's why it's not a course, because this thing is really an initiation. And there's no great person in our ancestral understanding that did not go through some type of initiative, all right, to get to where they need to get to. So again, this is not a course. This is an initiation, bringing you back in to this thing. It's a living education system that restores the forgotten relationship between the human body and nature. And all we're simply doing is saying, in a world that's teaching us all this bull crap, teaching us how to outsource our health, the Herbman School is teaching you how to reclaim your health back. Okay? What it said, I tried. I have had a lot of downloads. Okay, what are you saying? I had it, baby. It's a boy. What are you talking about? Okay, what are you talking about? Huh? Okay, so the biggest thing is that we're teaching this one core thing. Okay, this one central truth, I like to call it, right? This one central truth is that the body already knows how to heal itself. You just need to know how to get the right environment. Dr. Sebi said that for thousands of years, even though he was only here for 80 something. The body already knows how to heal. It's just that you got to provide the right environment. That means that you got to know, what is it, the soil? Is it the water? Is it the sunlight? What is it that I'm missing that can continue the reproductive growth, or what we like to call the regeneration? The cells are already willing to regenerate if they got the proper material. That's it. And when you come to the HerbMan School, we're going to make sure that it's structured. We're going to make sure that it's immersive, especially when they're talking about the herbs. We're going to make sure you get that natural law education, because it is a natural law education platform. And it's designed to help individuals in a lot of different areas, you guys. And like we mentioned before, the first thing is to understand that you are an ecosystem within yourself. But we also got to help you decode your personal health tendencies. That's a big, big thing. We also got to teach you how to use herbs intelligently, not just randomly. That's why I'm trying to tell you, stop buying stuff. Buy your own owner's manual. Then you'll know what you need. These folks don't know what you need if they ain't never walked a mile in your shoes. But you know what you need if you understand thyself better. The HerbMan School will teach you those things. It'll teach you how to regulate the nervous system, obviously, naturally, without having all these supplements. And then it's also going to teach you how to build preventative wellnesses for yourself and your family and your community, instead of having everybody reacting to diseases. So this is not a surface level herbalism. If you want to go there, you can go to somebody else. Okay. But this is what we like to call applied biology. Okay. Applied biological literacy is what we're talking about here. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So if you're out there, you're down bad, and you're just looking for something that you need to get into yourself, get your owner's manual. Okay. You can DM us and we'll get you your owner's manual. Okay. If you're looking for something for yourself, you're not necessarily interested in the school, that's fine. We got something for your own personal needs as well. Just DM us and we'll get you that information that you need. Okay. But yes, we're going to combine traditional herbal wisdom. A lot of this stuff that we're doing is a combination already of TCM, TAM, Ayurvedic, And then what's the other one? Western herbalism. Okay, so we've already combined all four of these things into one already. So yes, we're going to combine the traditional herbal wisdom. We can't go nowhere without that. Okay, but we're also going to show you about this mapping process that we do. So you need to understand that part as well. Okay, and when you get your owner's manual, it's already in that. Okay, when you get your owner's manual, this stuff is already there. Okay, so you can literally go to school on yourself. Now, this HerbMan School is for not only you to be able to do it for yourself, but for your community as well, right? But as far as yourself, that's your owner's manual. Okay. Any other questions? And see, the cool thing about this is all you give us is a birthday. We don't take no diagnosis. Okay. We don't do no diagnosis, right? So from your birthday, we'll know what's going on. We'll know the problems, and we'll also get the solutions from your birthday. And you hadn't told me nothing. You hadn't said, I got multiple sclerosis, I got Crohn's disease, and guess what? You'll start seeing that coming from here, you're getting better. Not feeling good, getting better. Okay? Not feeling good, but getting better. So if you are a health coach and you want a deeper biological grounding, get your owner's manual or jump into the school. If you're an herbalist, and I'm telling you, the herbalists really need systems. You know, you really need some kind of structure and assessment tools, right? Get into the school. 84-310. Okay, Mayo, go to the DM me, or you can go to the website and get your owner's manual. We no longer do those on here, okay? Okay. But if you're a teacher, a parent, okay, or just an individual just ready to take that next step, get into the HerbMan School. Okay, we got that early bird special. All right, that's about as cheap as it's gonna get. Okay, that's about as cheap as it's gonna get. Mayo. Yes. Now we do this. Also, too, I do want to mention this. If you guys are in the Caribbean, if you're in South America, we're going to be giving you the herbs that is in your. We're going to give you your 12 or 13 foundational herbs. Okay, because we ain't going to just show you Western herbs that you can't use. So if you're in South America or you're in the Caribbean, we're going to be teaching you about your herbs. Okay. If you're in China, okay, and you want to learn this system, we're going to be teaching you about the 13 foundational traditional Chinese medicines. If you're in India, if you're doing Ayurvedic, we're going to be teaching you about the 13 foundational Ayurvedic herbs so that you can just plug and play within the system. This is a system. Okay, so we already got the system. Now we just got to plug and play with the herbs. So that's a very, very unique thing, because most stuff they only know what they know. And so yeah, you can learn this stuff, but you don't know how to equate. What if you ain't got Irish moss? Okay, well, okay, do you know about jackass bitters? Do you know about balsam bark? Okay, do you know about cerasee? Right? So these are some of the herbs that you can play with in your own backyard, if you're in the Caribbean or if you're in Asia. Okay, if you're in Africa, we can give you the herbs as well that's in your backyard. Anybody can join the school, and you'll be learning about your stuff so that you can facilitate your people and you can facilitate your community. And you can't beat that with a 9-inch pole. Okay, you can't beat it. So you got to understand that this ain't just cramming for more information. We're going to reorient you. Okay, this is orientation. This is restoration of your owner's manual in your life. And then also we're going to start to understand that the future of medicine is no medicine at all. And I know they're scared of that, but it's coming, especially if I was born. I done enough videos that somebody gonna find me and continue the journey. Somebody gonna find me and continue the journey. Any other questions you got before we get up out of here? Any other questions? I didn't want to come on here and make this long today, but I did want to make it strong. The Herbman School is not about herbs, it's about relationship with nature. Yes, holistic grandma. Yes, yes, yes. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them. All right. Again, anybody can join, you guys. Anybody can join. The early bird special is a stack, but if you can't afford to do that one-time payment, then it's going to be $200 a month, okay? $200 a month, and we're going to walk you through, man. We're going to walk you through. We're going to immerse you. So by the time you're released from this school, yes, Daniel-san, you would have arrived, okay? You arrived, and you can do this for anybody, including yourself, okay? That's what we want to do. We don't need more protocols and all that type of stuff. We need to understand principles, okay? So that's what this thing is all about. So this is, again, you're not just enrolling in a program. You have to make this decision to remember what your body has always known, okay? You got to make a decision. And that's what this is. This is a decision to go back to nature. It's a decision to learn how to use grounding, how to understand that not only grounding gives you negative ions, but also the ocean, the river, the condensation in the air by these bodies of water also hold negative ions. The forest can give you negative ions. So if you can't ground, if you get by bodies of water, if you walk through the forest, you'll still be getting those same negative ions. Okay? But a lot of folks don't know that. They think they're just supposed to get it from grounding. No, go take a walk through the forest and you'll still get the negative ions. Take a walk around the lake, around the beach, because it's in the air. And get what you need. Start to read nature to understand what day is talking about. You got some hot and dry days. You got some cold and dry days. You got some cold and wet days. You got some hot and wet days, right? But what is that saying to me? What does that mean to me? Well, look at your body. Your body, sometimes you're energetic. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're emotional. And you got to listen to that. Because if you keep overriding it, you wear down and burn out. And now we're sitting here burning out adrenals, we're burning out kidneys, we're burning out livers, we're burning out our gallbladders, we're burning out our pancreases, we're burning out our colons, we're burning out our prostates, we're burning out our ovaries. Why these things are burning down and burning out? Because we're not listening. Thank you, Unity. We're not listening. Well, how you listen to your body? You feel it, you might as well listen to it. You feel tired, listen to it. You feel quiet, listen to it. You feel emotion, listen to it. You feel energetic, listen to it. You feel it, you might as well listen to it. How you gonna feel tired but still go and override it? And then wondering why your blood pressure up so high. Wondering why it's easier for you to stop and get that fast food. Why you can't break out of that fast food? Why you can't break out of that consciousness? Because you keep overriding the body. And when you put that body in that energetic thing, then guess what? You're in the loop. Remember that I told you we spend 90% of our time in this default mode. So you just in your subconsciousness. You see, you're so much in the schedule of things. You're so much in a loop. You're almost robotic. And everything you're doing, soon as you get into that default mode, everything is a gateway to another thing. When you don't want to go to work and you work, and you're working under the stress of not really wanting to be there, then you might as well go on and eat what you don't really, you might as well go on and smoke what you might as well go on and drink what you really, because you got you in the loop. So one thing when you override one thing, it's a gateway to override everything. Come on, somebody, keep tapping. I'll keep talking. When you override one thing, it's a gateway into overriding everything. And you just keep doing the same thing over and over and over. You know doggone well you don't feel like going to work today. But you keep overriding that feeling because you feel like you got to. So because I got to, I'm stressed out. I'm gonna smoke a poke during the break. I'm back in it. And since I'm here, that I really don't want to be here, folk them say they finna go get lunch. Where y'all going at? Oh man, we finna go back to American Deli. American Deli at the end of the day? Well, give me that 2-piece catfish lemon with lemon pepper sprinkles on it, and then give me a 5-piece lemon pepper wing. Boy, that's a lot of salt. That's a lot of lemon and a lot of pepper, which is a lot of salt. You didn't really even want that, but you see, you overrode because you wasn't even supposed to be there today. One override is a gateway into overriding everything. And that's what we're studying doing to ourselves. And that's why we're breaking down faster than anything. And when we're talking about the colored people on the planet, the colored people on the planet is breaking down faster than most other folk. And the reason why is because, first of all, you're not taking into consideration the climate that we're in. We're not in our real natural climate. And I'm talking about you're not in your real natural environment of ancestrally, right? Then you're not doing the work that you're supposed to be doing in the environment. You were built for outside. Who outside? It ain't you no more. You won't even cut your own grass. You don't even wash your own car. What you so sedated, so pretty, so you built for outside. It won't even go. Come on now. No wonder you sick. You built for outside. It won't even go. No wonder you sick. You see? No wonder we're getting sicker faster than anybody else. You are built for outside work, outside living, outside life. You are built to be one with nature. You are built to be a tree whisperer and an animal whisperer and an owl whisperer and a water whisperer. You are built to understand agriculture and farming practices and animals, and you were built to be a gardener. But girl, you crazy. I'm gonna sit here and type on their computer up on their AC. Boy, you crazy, boy. I ain't gonna go out there, boy, too hot outside. Built for outside, living inside. It's gonna make you sicker than most folk. And then you got our counterparts outside in the cold, outside in the rain. You worried about it. Why they wearing shorts in the cold? Because they outside. They're outside on the beach. You in the house. Old movie they used to play called Trading Places. Trading Places, and now they're living at least 10 years longer than my brothers and sisters. Trading Places. Saw that outside gave you strength. And they wanted the same thing. It's a human race. It's a human race. That means we're racing for what? To be the king. And if you can't see that you were built for outside, and they see that when you was outside, you was so strong that they now traded places. Okay, y'all tired outside. Well, come on in. Come on in. The water's cold. Come on in. The water's fine. Come on in here. And you in there, they out there. Now they the farmers. And they're living longer than you. They living longer than you. And because of that swapping places, because of that trading places, now you're inside up under tremendous amount of stress without understanding how to relieve it, without how to release it, right? Because your outside was your release. Your outside, you could do all that singing and that humming and then sweet Lord. See, that was releasing. Outside is where you can holler and do all that. But see, they put you inside. Now you can't release properly the stress. Now, guess what? You're more prone to HBP, You're more prone to HPG, okay, high blood glucose, right? You're more prone to the big C, okay. What else you want to be more prone to? What else you want to be more prone to? Okay. And the reason why, because these are real connected to your stress responses. These are also connected to your emotional release habits. A lot of you guys are not expressing, so you're suppressing, and now it becomes this, and your body is under high tension. I just told you them lemon pepper catfish with the lemon pepper fries, sprinkle on the fried, and then give me lemon pepper wings on the side. Then I got to go back into this stressful environment, and I'm not being able to yell, scream, sweat, run. I'm not being able to sing, hum. Come on. You're suppressing it. You hold it all in. Then you want to get home and argue with your old lady. You want to get home and separate yourself from the family. You want to get home and coping mechanism yourself to sleep. Make you feel good. But are you getting better? Let me show you how to do this the real way. It's not through my products and herbs. It is through the real understanding of our relationship with God, aka our relationship with nature. Church should be outside. Most of these churches own a lot of land that should be your gardens, your free food sanctuaries. They should be teaching you how to plant on the land. A centralized location to where if you ain't got no food, we growing it right out here on the property. I don't need you paying property taxes on all that stuff, church, and then ain't gonna grow nothing on it. We don't need bigger churches with all this land. We just need to make the land the food bank. Go outside, y'all. Go outside. You're meant for outside, not inside. Okay? This is where your abundance is going to come in at. Okay? You can make plenty of money by the things I just told you. Okay? You can make plenty of money if you're looking for the investments. Navigation should be a very big thing for you to try to invest in. Agriculture is another one that you should try to invest in. Okay? Construction is another one that you should try to invest in. What else we got? There's one more, right? I say cultivation, but natural resources is another one. When we go back to getting jobs in these sectors, this outside. Natural resources, that means now you're starting to learn the land and what it provides in the soil. Uranium, diamonds and golds, and yes, sir, that right there, right? That's cultivation of the natural resources. So you find jobs in this sector, keep you outside. Find jobs in this sector, keep you outside. Find jobs in this sector, it'll keep you outside. And then if you understand this, like we're going to teach you in the Herbman School, or we'll teach you when you get your owner's manual, then you'll start to understand the importance of navigation as well. And these are the industries that we gave away, but it's also the industry that we brought the world. What I'm teaching you is not just your personal life changing, but this is world altering information. That's what we're teaching you. It's not just about your personal life changing, and it will change in dramatic ways. But these 4 things take you back out. You have to know how to navigate. Remember, I told you that you should never get lost anymore, right? You don't need a compass because you got to learn nature. Remember, I said what? Where is true north? Anybody know? Where is true north at? You should never, ever get lost in life with this one concept. When the sun is on my right side, that'll be true north. When the sun is shining on my right side. So no matter where the sun is, if I put it to the right, if I put the sun to my right side, that's north. If I put no matter where the sun is, if I put it to my right arm, that's north. You dig now? You should never get lost anymore. But that's not just about coordinates. That's how you do this thing in life. That's how you do this thing in life. Where are you trying to go? True north. You think they had a compass when they found Christ? No. And if the moon is a reflection of the sun, then there's always going to be opposition. So if the sun is shining here, which it is right now, in America, the sun is shining in Gemini. That's why I come on every day between the times of 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because the sun is right now in my sign. That's why I'm fine with it, because I got the backing of nature. I'm aligning myself up. And plus, it's a communication sign from 10 to 12. So now the sun is here. The darkest place on this thing here is right here. So this is where the moon would be at, right? If I want to look at it from that perspective, right? And say, okay, the moon is a reflection of the sun. So if the moon is lit up, that reflection means it's going to be lit up here. It's going to be lit up. This is the moon. Okay? So that the reflection, boom, is going to be lit up. So now I know where this is at. I can also coordinate at night. I can't never lose my coordinates now, because now I'm aligned with the sun. When the sun is moving, I know how to keep my right arm on that joker, right? But what if it ain't there? Then I understand that the reflection, the moon is lit up on the side. So when you see the moon lit up, that's because the sun is shining on the moon. So the moon is like a mirror. And the light you getting from the moon, because that's where the sun is shining directly there. So I can still find my way, even by the moonlight. How do you figure out when it's the best time for you? Simply get your owner's manual. That's all you got to do, okay? I don't want to go through a lot of information I already been through 1,000 times before, okay? So you can see it right here. I just put these times here. So if I just told you that's 10 to 12, you guys just got to listen. I can't keep going over the same old stuff. Join the HerbMan School, okay? I can't keep going over the same old stuff 24/7, okay? So at the end of the day, there's 2 time slots for me. I'm a Gemini Sagittarius, so I'm going to have a time slot in Gemini from 10 a.m. to 12, right? But I'm going to also have a time slot down here as well in Sagittarius. They both my time slots, okay? All right? So you guys just need to know that, man. This is just stuff that I've been going through for years and years and years. I'm tired of regurgitating up that time stuff, okay? If you know, it's every 2 hours. So if I just told you that this right here is Aries and 6, you should be able to figure it out now. It's every 2 hours, 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. Easy. If you guys don't get that, this also is on YouTube. You can go back, stop it right there at that little point, rewind it, and you get it. Okay? Stop it right there. So this are the stuff that we want to be able to take you back to, right? Navigation. I just showed you how to navigate in nature without a compass. You'll never lose your way. Okay? We also understand this agriculture, right? We need to grow out. This is so important because this is where your food and medicine gonna come from. The construction. This is one of the biggest industries on the planet. You need to know how to build. Not just build houses, but build empire. with your family members. Okay, we're building families that's only 2 children, 3 children. Come on now, that's not an empire. That's not an empire because you scared because of the monetary factor, because they got you in the house. Go back outside. Then you'll see that you need more help when you go outside. You don't need no help in your office. You don't need no help in your office. But if you make the world your office again, make outside be your destination for work, then you'll see you're going to need some more children to carry these buckets, carry this wood, to do the work. And then you teach your children these 4 things, and you will never go broke. You'll never go broke. If that baby know natural resources outside, they know how to dig up stuff, and they know what that is out there. They know how to build stuff. They know how to build their own food and medicine. They know where they're going in life. Come on, what can stop them? You're just creating superhumans and don't even know it. Your children deserve their owner's manual right now. Okay, I got a 3-year-old. He already got his owner's manual. I got a 3-day-old. She already got her owner's manual. Okay? Always, I already got it. So that we can start to navigate these babies the right way. We can start to understand these babies the right way. And when you say the right way, what are you saying, Herbman? I'm starting to view my children in the way nature views them. Nature is the first manufacturer. Got an owner's manual on my wife. Got an owner's manual on everybody. I got an owner's manual even on my mama them. When I first started doing this, theirs need to be updated. But we got to start to see that this is the way forward. It's ancient technology that is still ready and willing to help the modern people. All right. Any other questions before we get up out of here, you guys? It is 11:10. I know I had to shut down the live and come back, so I ain't even worried about the likes today. If you guys are interested in your owner's manual, please DM us. If you're interested in the Herbman School, just go to the website, get into the early bird special so that we can go ahead and start to fill up the class, because class starts April the 4th. Okay. April the 4th. Now, I know you might say, well, I ain't got the $1,000 like that. Okay. You can do payments, $200 a month if you want to do that. But we just want you guys to get this information so that I don't have to keep coming on here every day trying to teach y'all about this stuff and have to start over and start over and start over. You know, new people are coming on the site every day. We got to start over, start over, start over. We'll never finish. What's the site? My website is in the link in the bio. It's in the link in the bio, or you can just DM me if you can't get the information. Okay. Any questions about health? Any questions about your health, your wealth, your relationship, anything? If not, we're gonna go ahead and let y'all go, man, because I am a busy brother and I need to get up out of here and do some more other stuff, man. I gotta do some fingerprinting and got some herbs to ship out. I gotta do some bioresonance schedulers as well. So your brother be busy around here, man. I just try to make room for you guys. I try to make room for this information to get circulated. What I'm trying to do is touch the spirit of somebody else that's willing to take up the cloak. You see, because I ran across Dr. Sabi, and Dr. Sabi was my inspiration. Now, I didn't want a copycat, but he was. Without him, it wouldn't be no me. Without me hearing that he was dyslexic, and without me hearing that he didn't know nothing, and without me knowing that he was a merchant man when I was in the Navy as well, without me hearing that he didn't really even know nothing about herbs, and he had healed his own self of this, that, and the third based on the diseases and the impotent and all this type of stuff. And then next thing you know, he got a whole bunch of children at a late age. Without me seeing that, I wouldn't have never known that an ordinary brother like myself could do something extraordinary. Okay. And so all I'm trying to do is peek the horizon of that next person. That's why I talk like I talk and I walk like I walk. And I don't need no costume. I don't need no dashiki. I don't need no accent. I don't need no to be from the Caribbean or be from Africa or be from nowhere. You can do this straight from Carroll County, Georgia. with all kinds of records and everything. And you can still be able to change not only your life, but the life of the community around you. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the joker that come from Nazareth. If y'all don't know the story, Nazareth was the ghetto. Okay? I'm looking to inspire that brother, that sister. That's what I'm trying to do. Yes, yes. So I got to come on here every day until he or she comes across me. Got to come on here every day until that inspiration gets embedded. And then when you do that, it's okay to go ahead and say goodbye. See, when the spirit jump at you, it jumps on to somebody else. It's okay. Because that cloak has been exchanged. You see that? Soon as Elijah or Eliza wanted to do something, Elijah jumped up out of here. All right? That when the name of Elijah and Elisha, one of them. Elijah said, "Let me take your cloak." Elijah said, "I'm ready to go then." This boy, he said he wanted. This girl said she wanted. And I don't even know Dr. Say, but I wanted it. Never met him, never will. But I wanted it. See? You gotta want it. I want it. You got to want it. Somebody said I'm freezing. Yes, sir. I know your man want it. I already know man want it. You're gonna get it too, man. That's how you gotta do it. Want it. You're gonna get it, brother. And man, all the way over there across the water, all the way across the pond. Okay, but he want it. He want it. And we don't want nobody in HerbMan School that don't want it. We don't want nobody trying to go through initiation and don't want it. We don't want nobody to waste my mind and my spirit time who don't want it. If you can find a way to pay your bills, you can find a way to get in this school if you want it. Because you got to understand that this is going to change your life. I don't work. I get to come up here and do what I love every single day. Because when you want something, God will make room for you. God will make room for you to do this thing. And it's just one of me and a billion people. I realize that I cannot demand my children to want this. I cannot demand. I'm going to give them the freedom to be able to be whatever they want to be. But I still need help. We still got a ministry to do. And let's bring mankind closer to God. Let's bring mankind back into understanding of nature before nature overwhelms us. We don't want the flood to happen. So then that means that you got to be able to understand how to get your relationship back with nature. And right now, you wouldn't know if it's going to happen or not. With all the technology we got, you still wouldn't know. But once we start to put our feet back in the dirt again, once we start to hear the wind, once we start to receive the hug from the air, once we start to understand the sun as a blessing, we'll then know. We can then be our own weathermen to know whether or not to do something. I used to hear that story all the time where they said, well, the Nile used to flood. How did they know? Navigation. I told you they're looking up at the stars. And the Nile used to flood during the what? April, May seasons, right? Well, what is that? That's where the Sirius star. That's where the Pleiades. Pleiades ain't nothing but water stuff. So the seven sisters, the Sirius star, the Orion, the flood of the Nile River, all that stuff is just talking about when it was gonna rain. The rainy season. But you get caught up in the seven sisters, you get caught up in the Sirius star, and you get caught up in the doggone tribe knew the telescope, and they knew they without a telescope, and you get caught up in the little bit of stuff. And all it's really trying to tell you, man, is that we looked up here and we knew over time that around this time it would rain. And so it would rain in this time that let us know that we can now start to plant. So then you say, well, they say the Kemet, and they talking about the black land, and they talking about this. You looking too crazy into stuff. All that's talking about is that after the Nile River flooded, after the rainy season, it would leave behind a black, fertile silt. That's all this is about. So you call it Kemet, the black land, because after it flooded, the flood would leave behind a black, fertile silt that they could plant in and grow food. It ain't got nothing to do with no ghost stories. It ain't got nothing to do with no black people. Okay? It ain't got nothing to do with this, that, and the third. And the same thing is in the Amazon. They call it the Terra Prater. Okay? Then they said, well, you know, they planted the three whatever they call the three sisters, right? Yeah, they did. They planted the three sisters. They planted the three sisters. They did the beans. They did the squash. Okay. And then some people say they did corn. All right. But some of them didn't do corn. Some of them did sorghum. Some of them did corn. Some of them did pumpkin. Okay. You got to look at that. Okay. Beans, squash, pumpkin. Some of them did corn. Why? Because they're going to grow the food faster. If you put it together, they grow the food faster. So now this is providing different things. You got shelter right here. You got all kind of stuff going on when you plant these three together. But also when you plant them in that fertile silt like that, they growing fast and fast and fast. So the thing was back then was who knew how to plant? That was the man. But who knew when it was going to rain? All of that stuff. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. We're trying to get you back here. Because now when you start looking at this in a principle, do you know when it's going to rain in your life? Do you know when it's going to flood in your life? Do you know how to plant your dreams and aspirations in the fertile silt of life? And we're going to try to teach you that. Again, with your owner's manual. Again, in the Herbman School. They were principles. I appreciate all of you guys, man. Let me get up out of here. Yes, we still have the membership, Renee. If you want to be a member, you can just email us and we'll get you that information, okay? I love you guys, man, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Please go tell somebody about your homie Herbman. And until next time, love Herbman. Peace. Yes, yes, yes. Peace, 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 peace. Peace. Peace.